What's up, guys? This is Ameritrash telemarketer, and I'm going to be doing a video about ski boot fitting today. So, over the past few seasons, I've been working as a ski guide, um, a little bit different than a typical ski instructor. Um, my model for ski instructing is to build a relationship with my clients and specialize in people who have never been skiing. I also teach telemarketing. If you'd like to take a lesson, feel free to reach out to me. But um, I've taught over the past two seasons two high-end clients that were never ever skiers. Um, and so I had the opportunity of going through the boot fitting process with them. And I wanted to share some of my thoughts because I think that what's happening in the boot fitting um, area uh, in the industry, so the industry norms is a little bit misguided. So here it goes. So basically, if you go in to buy ski boots or just a new set of skis, and you go into like the average store and you say, "Hey, I want to buy skis," they're gonna put you in, a standard alpine setup, and the boots that they're gonna sell you are not gonna have the ability to tour, and they're also not gonna have a walk mode. Um, and a lot of my clients, well, the clients that I've been working with were interested in learning to ski for fitness, and so the appeal to them was uphill. And so in the industry, we've been referring to uphill as backcountry for a long time, but that's changing because there's a whole market of people that basically are going to go uphill at the resort because they're afraid of avalanches, but they still want to get a workout. So I've literally gotten into arguments with shop employees about putting my clients into AT boots, or at least boots that have the ability to tour, because they're like, well, why would this person buy this? Um, they don't want to go backcountry skiing. And you start throwing around words like backcountry and you scare people. But when you say, hey, would you like to be able to hike uphill with this setup, people are not scared. And even if they decide that they don't really like uphill skiing, just walking from the car to the lodge, just walking around, having a walk mode makes these boots a lot better. So there's a lot of boots out there now that are, you know, 90% downhill boots. They're going to downhill just as good as any boot, but they have pin um, you know, spots in inserts for pins, and they've got walk mode. So why wouldn't a high-end client who doesn't care about how much they're spending, will easily spend $1,000 on a pair of boots, wouldn't want this? And it doesn't mean that they're going backcountry skiing. It doesn't mean that they need to buy a beacon probe and shovel and take an avalanche course. It just means that they need to be aware and stay on the AT routes at the resort. So that's one thing. The other thing that I noticed is that they're constantly trying to fit these boots super tight for people. And you know, you're not going to enjoy the sport if you're not comfortable. Um, so I think the reason why the industry wants to fit the boots tight is that they figure people are not used to ski boots. So the average person, if you stick them in a ski boot, is going to be like, "Wow, this boot's really tight." And they're like, "Well, they're going to thermoform it, and they're going to um, shape it, and it's not going to fit like a normal street shoe." So, given the fact that people aren't used to it, they'd rather fit them tighter because they can take away material, but they can't add material. So the thinking is we fit them too tight, they'll complain. We can modify the boot. But I don't agree with that. And several people that I fitted for ski boots also have wide feet. Like they would prefer a wide street shoe. So they were complaining a lot about pain in the forefoot here. And I couldn't, trying to understand what someone's complaining about and the pain that they're experiencing takes a lot of doing. But what I ultimately realized is that these people are in boots that are too narrow. Um, and there are very, very few companies that make wide ski boots. So I would say if you have a wide foot, you know, make sure, excuse me, Doug, please don't eat that right now. I would make sure that you go ahead and get a wide boot out the gate. So if you wear a wide street shoe, um, get a wide ski boot. Don't listen to the people at the store that say, "Hey, we can shape this boot. It doesn't matter." It does matter. If it doesn't fit comfortably before they shape it, and you think that it's magically going to make the boot comfortable, that's not going to happen. And the other thing is that the people at the store, they basically are going to sell you what they have available. So if they have their stock, they don't want to special order you a boot that may or may not you may not like. They're gonna talk you into what they have on the shelf. Um, so yeah, if you have wide feet, be sensitive to getting a wide boot. If you're feeling pain, even in your arches, you'd be surprised. Sometimes if a boot is too narrow, you're going to feel that pain in your arch. You would think you would feel pain on the outside of your foot, but actually you end up feeling it underneath your foot, and it's because your boot is being pinched. So I just don't agree with the ski boot uh, conventional ski boot fitting, which says to fit these, never ever skiers in tight, uncomfortable boots. For what? Because they might have a little bit of slop and complain. I mean, I don't think of any never ever skier who's going to come back and be like, these ski boots don't perform. They're super comfortable, but they just don't perform for me. I mean, these people are not super G racers. A little bit of slop is it's better to err in that direction than it is to put someone in a boot that they literally just can't bear to have on their feet. And I've witnessed that. I've witnessed not just one store, like five, six, seven stores do the same thing and put people, my clients, because that's the thing as an instructor, what I do is that I'm helping these people shop for equipment. So I'm not just saying, hey, go get this stuff and come see me on the slopes. I'm like, let's go shopping together. I mean, it's easy days pay for me. Maybe not though, because I'd rather be skiing. Um, but I'm helping them weed through the bullshit. And and having gone through that process with these people, I'm kind of shocked by what they're getting for the amount of money that they're spending. And it's not. Yeah, I would just say if someone can afford thousands of dollars, if they get a super comfortable pair of boots, but they're complaining that they don't feel like they have the performance, then they can just buy a tighter boot as opposed to buying a boot that's uncomfortable. And also remember that you can use the buckles to tighten the boot. So if if they can't if the boot's uncomfortable with the buckles unbuckled, then it's never going to be comfortable. So yeah, to sum up, basically, if you're buying a new pair of ski boots, don't be afraid to size them a half size Mondo or a little bit bigger than what the guy at the store is telling you. And also insist on getting a wide boot if you have a wide foot, and you'll just love it. And yeah, take comfort seriously. Emphasize comfort for your first pair of boots over performance, because I've never had a never ever complain that their ski boot isn't performing, but they always complain that their feet hurt. So anyway, hope this helps the community. It applies to downhill boots. All the boots I was mentioning were downhill, but it applies to all boots. So if you're a downhill skier, um, that'll help. So have a great 2024 season, and hopefully this information helps.